Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You not pee in the pool. You not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from the poop deck of the Heavy Hooker, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, a wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who's never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is twofold. First, to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and secondly, as a window into the mind of the man of 54,097 compliments, the Soul Skater, the maitre d' of Mat Drama, the Tampa Bay Topsider, the living painting, the talent, the Raja of Radon, Flying Ryan Murphy. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Very well.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Fantastic.
On the right here on the poop deck, we got the Heavy Hooker back. We're broadcasting live in the Bahamas. Wind in our hair.
Catching some barracudas.
Yeah, some I've never eaten barracuda. Have you had barracuda before?
No.
That's like a big fish, right?
I believe it is a big fish caught in the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, you're quite the sailor. You know so many sailing things.
Well, Eric, I've had a boat or two in my life, you know.
Is it a boat or is it two boats?
It's a boat. It's a boat or it's a boat or two.
A boat and a raft?
I don't know if I say I had a boat or two, it could be a boat or two. I mean, technically it's the truth.
By that logic, you could also say you had a boat or 100.
Right.
Okay, you're not disputing. Okay, well then I guess we're in agreement on that. So you're just churching it up for the listeners. Well, welcome everybody to episode 44 of the Hard Mark Podcast. We are here. We're settling into 2022, and I think we're settling in rather nicely here today. What do you think, Ryan? Are you going to go along with this fake date thing, or are you just going to shit on all over it like you usually do?
The fact that we're that this is being aired in 2022. Yeah, I mean, you know, I wish... It's not that I don't want to. It's just that, like, I'm still firmly in October 2021, you know?
I like that not only do you not go along with it, but you're actually, like, getting more specific about how it's definitely not January of 2022 right now.
Right.
Right. How's the fitness quest? We as a reminder, we are dead set, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ripped to death for Memorial Day 2022. How's your fitness journey coming along here?
I think by that date, I should be just fine.
Okay, by that date. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got some time.
I don't like to set dates, nor have I ever set dates. But by that date, I think I should be ready to show the viewers how far along I've come.
Have you eaten any medium or large size pizzas by yourself recently?
Of course. There's a great pizza spot right next to us. So now they serve it in slices, so I get 2 large slices.
Oh, okay. So you're not eating an entire pizza to yourself, usually, except for that one time where you did.
I probably, yeah. I mean, I am totally capable of putting down like a full pizza, like a full DiGiorno,
Oh, sure,
or bruschetta.
Anyone could.
I do.
Regularly.
But now I am, I'm easing off. I brought back one of my favorite food items that I forgot about for a long time. And it's just a turkey sandwich with Tabasco sauce and dillweed. That's it.
First of all, I don't do name calling on this show, please, Ryan. Secondly, speaking of and I feel like now that I'm looking at myself in the camera here, this must be distracting. Let me adjust this a little bit.
You're very low.
Here we go. That's a little bit.
You stuck your chair early, and I just didn't say anything. Yeah.
I like a nice, comfortable. I like a nice recline.
Do you prefer sitting low at your desk or high at your desk?
This is how I sit when I'm working.
So low.
I mean, it's not so much low as it's reclined. My office chair has a recline functionality, which is what I'm doing right now.
I feel like you dropped your chair before this started. You took the lever, you dropped yourself.
I did not. No, false, erroneous. I did not. I reclined myself. So if you were to watch a man in a recliner, it would appear on the surface level that he's lower, but in reality, he's just reclining backwards. That's what I did.
Well, incline yourself really quick. Let me see.
I don't want to. I already got, I did all this work to get myself comfortable, but okay, fine. Fuck it. God damn it.
So you just reclined. That's a nice chair.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, okay. All right. I believe you.
So now I'm settling back into the recline mode now. Is that good enough for you, Ryan?
I believe you. I saw it with my own eyes. That's a chair with functions. Let me give you, just before we move on, one quick chair idea that is worth $500 to me. I want to be able to raise and lower myself on a chair without having to get up, right? So I can lower myself on, but I want to be able to re-raise myself as needed. And maybe just, all day, just up and down, as I pull that lever.
Why would you? Okay. Having seen your fidgeting firsthand, I feel like this invention would be horrible for you. Because that's all you would spend your time doing all day.
It's what I want to do right now. If I could do it, I would be up and down on this broadcast the entire. That's what I want. I would spend $500 on that chair if I could. Again, up and down.
Next time you're here, you and me will take a look. Maybe this chair does that. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I'd have to find some instructions.
Maybe we'll put it together correctly. And we'll see. It's
true, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I mean, I famously fucking hate putting things together. That's one of the main traits that I have. We've talked about the barbecue situation before, right?
Kills me, man.
Okay, all right.
Greta put together my barbecue, so in fairness, I have no place to she got it for a present and then put it together. So
did I tell you that I got rid of the barbecue?
Eric, was it in a box?
It was just strewn in multiple pieces, and when they picked up the old couch and everything, I was like, "Take this fucking barbecue. I'm never gonna assemble this thing."
So, okay, again, before we move on, sorry, I have to address this really quick.
No, it's usually me that's coming up with the random thing, so it's a nice.
There's just there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
so
between chairs and barbecues,
assembly,
some assembly required.
So I moved down here, I had a lot of stuff in my car, and I kind of slowly moved it out to enough where there's still some stuff that I was just I don't want to bring in. So just have it in my car.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just a big box. I don't need it. I don't want to get rid of it necessarily, but regardless, this is the point of the story. The point is when I went to go get a barbecue, I was fuck, I'm gonna get this barbecue. It's a good deal. Mm-hmm. I need one. I don't want to assemble it. I hate assembling stuff. I could do it, but I just I don't care for it at all.
Yeah.
So
now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that, 100%. And so me and the Lowe's lady are out there, and she's showing me these barbecues, and she's like, I think we could just get this one in your car. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And I'm shifting stuff around. Again, I have stuff in my car that's and we fit this entire barbecue into the back of my Subaru Outback, fully assembled. Ready to go.
Oh, fully assembled. Nice.
Fully assembled.
Did you have to pay extra, or is just that style of barbecue is always assembled?
Unlocked the one that was out there on for show. And we lifted it up, and we put that thing in, and fully assembled. I took it back home, brought it to my backyard, and never had to set it up. All I did was it was amazing. And again, the previous one that I had, Greta bought it for me, and she assembled it as a gift. And so, I can't recall the last time I assembled a barbecue.
Right. Well, and I can't think of a situation where you could have possibly ever given her a gift as meaningful as her assembling a barbecue for you.
No, and I totally agree with that. And it was one of the sweetest things that that was almost better than the barbecue, was the fact that she went out there and fucking set this up. She built this barbecue.
Yeah, I've heard of parents assembling playhouses for children. I've never heard of someone assembling a barbecue as another person as a gift, but that's truly worth something.
Absolutely. And
the gift of time.
Not that, you know, I couldn't set up the barbecue. I potentially could have put it together, but like...
I mean, I'm starting to wonder, now that you've got out of your way to buy, like, the show floor model of this barbecue.
That's what I'm saying. That was my second point. We have to get you a barbecue, and if it comes to, like, us having to assemble it in December, when it's cold, we have to get this together, Eric. You have to have a barbecue. You have to have something. I'm shocked that you... It's okay you gave it away, but we have to get you a new one, and we'll set it up.
I mean, you do know that I have a George Foreman, right?
Yeah, George Foreman.
It's the next grilleration.
God damn it. It's not true, Eric.
Does that count? Now that you know that I have a George Foreman, does that change what you were saying earlier about getting a barbecue?
Like,
okay, it doesn't. All right.
0%. We have to get you a grill, and we're gonna...
What if I told you it has removable grill plates?
I'm sorry. I want to, like, be with you in this. I feel like we were together on the assembly part, but, like... I can't be with you and like you giving away your barbecue.
I'm trying to get
assemble it
out of this situation because I don't have a Greta in my life who's just going to willy nilly assemble things for me. Like fucking Heather's, there's no way she would ever just like spend an afternoon assembling a barbecue for me. Like that would never happen in a million years.
But if you don't like, if that had not happened.
What? Which
was a great blessing on my life that she assembled this barbecue. But if it had not happened, I would have gone out there and I would have assembled this thing, and I would have hated it because I would have been miserable. But
I mean, you say that, but I
would have. I would have gone out there. Sometimes I assemble couches, Eric. Sometimes I assemble coffee tables. Sometimes, and they're fine. They're sturdy enough. So, you know, but
sure.
You know, she assembled it for me, and
what a gal! Shout out to Greta.
Shout out to Greta. Yeah, absolutely.
Big shout out.
So that's all I have.
All right, so we actually have a fair amount of wrestle talk to get into today. I don't want to deprive the listeners because I know there's some folks who enjoy the big banter. So just to kind of quickly address a couple of quick things, and these are actually somewhat topical. These aren't just random questions for you here, Ryan. The first thing, so to kind of take this a step back to the very early days of Hard Mark, one thing that has been pretty consistent about the podcast that we have going here today is that Ryan, he tends to go out of his way to needle me, to fuck with me about one item in particular. And like, it's not an every episode type of thing, but it is like a reoccurring item that tends to come up, and that is my lawnmower.
Your electric lawnmower.
my battery powered lawnmower, which again, you keep saying electric, and I don't know if battery powered is the same as electric in this context, or if you're trying to like make me seem like more of a pussy than I am. But I'm telling you it's battery powered. So I'm just
how else would you plug it into a wall? Is that battery powered? Is that electric, Eric? Like what?
That would be electric for sure, but I don't have that. I have a battery powered lawnmower.
No one has that.
Well, here you may change your tune, so maybe here's an update for you.
Sir News.
There's an article that was going around very recently. Guess what? California is banning gas-powered mowers. So with that, and as California goes, so does the rest of the coast. So you hold on to your gas-powered mowers, everybody, because pretty soon that's just going to be fucking illegal. So look who's ahead of the curve now, pal.
I don't know if I've told you, my dad also is a huge fan of his electric battery-powered mower.
Yeah, and it's like, do you not respect your own father, Ryan?
Well, I mean, he had me grow up on a nice, pull string, gas-powered.
Yeah.
Like that's how I grew up, Eric.
I understand.
I loved it. I love the smell of fossil fuels burning, like...
You love the smell of breaking the law, apparently.
That's actually, like, really shocking news. So when does that go into effect?
It's got a couple years. It's something like either 2023 or 2024, one of those times. But like by that point, I don't think it's going to be illegal to own one at that stage necessarily, but you will not be able to purchase them at that point. I bet
there's a fucking shitload of, like, American citizens who, like, when they think of America, think of, like... some guy in California, gas lawnmower out there with this white picket fence every Sunday morning out there. Like, I bet it's like ruining America for like certain people in this country. I have no doubt. This is
ruining.
This is going to become incredibly
America.
controversial. This little, like, this, obviously for me, it's controversial already. I'm upset.
Clearly, yeah.
I'm
Anyone
livid.
who can hear you can attest to that.
But
He's pacing right now in his
this
room.
is going to be a big fucking deal. It's going to shatter people's lives.
I mean, I fucking guess. I think the people that are going to be most affected are like landscapers. If I had to assume, I don't know.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they will go after him. I don't know. But it's just so funny. Like, this is going to be a huge deal. Like, I get when this hits the news. Like, I don't know how old this is, but like when someone gets a hold of this, they're like, oh, like, California, that piece of shit state, like that liberal piece of shit state is ruining this country with their with their gas powered ban on lawnmowers. Like,
I mean, I have intentionally avoided doing like the promo code type of thing, that sort of thing. I know that like Audacity literally allows like anybody to create like a promo code, and I haven't done that. This may be the opportunity that we've been waiting for to like have a nice little Hardmark promo code for like a nice gas power, not a gas powered, a nice battery powered mower.
Yeah, fuck it.
You know what? Also, what's in the same line of products as my mower and my blower and stuff? There's a little snow clearer outer thing, and I was like, "Fuck, maybe I should get that too."
It doesn't really. I mean,
I've got a big driveway. I shoveled it last year, and like, holy shit!
I mean,
it doesn't snow that often. Well, the past couple of years, I feel like we've gotten snow every year.
But like a snowblower, does that really blow wet snow?
I've never owned a snowblower.
I think you're going to be like severely disappointed, especially with your electric snowblower. You liberal fucking pussy, like.
What the fuck? This turd.
No,
He's there wearing his McGaw hat right now, everybody.
This is just the funniest thing. This is some of the best fucking news I've heard out of California. This is great stuff. This is going to cause a lot of fucking like problems in this country. This is like a gas-powered mower ban.
I didn't realize this is going to tickle you as much as it did.
It really does. Yeah.
I found the article. California enacts ban on gas-powered lawnmowers and leaf blowers. State claims an hour using a gas leaf blower makes as much pollution as driving a 2016 Camry 1,100 miles, so it's electric lawn equipment only after 2024. So, let's see here. Yep, okay, so require the state to adopt regulations around these gas-powered tools by July 1st, 2022, and ban their sale by the start of 2024 if the board determines it's feasible. So this is on the docket. So it looks like it's unclear if this is passed already, or maybe this is already a thing. It's kind of unclear, but it looks like it's probably fucking happening.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think we had banned, or Washington State banned the sale of like gas-powered cars by like 10 years from now. Mm-hmm. So like that, this doesn't sound far. No, I mean, it's shocking news to me, but like.
Well, here's another shocking piece of news for you, Ryan. Did you know that 1 hour of lawnmower use is equal to driving 300 miles from Los Angeles to Las Vegas?
Is that just the cities they're describing? First of all, it's not 3 hours. Did
I say 3 hours?
I thought you said 3 hours.
300 miles. It's 1 hour of lawnmower use is equal to driving 300 miles from LA to Vegas.
My bad. Yeah.
Apology accepted.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So there you go. So this is, up you in your fucking ivory tower of all you fucking hate the environment. So, me, I'm living that electric lifestyle. I'm fucking very progressive. Where Eric goes, the rest of the country follows. So you're welcome, is the point that I'm making.
That's why I moved to Nevada.
You can run, but you can't hide,
there's
Ryan.
There's no grass here, but
that does help.
There's just rocks.
Yeah. I'm assuming that this topic is now put to bed, and I'm never going to ever hear another fucking Ryan.
Oh, we're absolutely going to keep like this is one of the best pieces I think I've been on during this podcast. It's not.
I guarantee you that it's not.
I love it. I am fascinated already. I love that California is fucking doing this. It's gonna fucking piss so many people. But like, it's like, hey, I'm I'm not anti-electric lawnmower, Eric. You know me.
Clearly you are.
Well, I am, but like...
You have no credibility whatsoever for anything you're about to say, but go on.
Lawnmower. I love the smell of it. I love ripping that cord. Like,
yeah.
You
love burning through the equivalent of 300 miles in a car.
I'm talking to my, maybe as I turn to an old man, I'll become more like my dad, more like environmentally. But, hey, I love all this. This is great.
Good. I'm glad you love it. Are you ready for me to give you something else that you're going to love?
Yes. Let's bring it.
Okay, good. We've had a couple of segments in the past. It's been a little while, actually, but we've had some segments in the past where I have quizzed your wrestling knowledge. And it's been a bit. But there was something that came up recently. So, and before we kind of get into this topic, I actually just kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit. Game shows, Ryan. Do you have any like favorite game shows? Any game shows that like if you had your choice of any that you think that you do well in or that you'd want to participate on?
I'm like a Family Feud guy, I think.
I like Family Feud too. Like every time. So Heather and I do not have cable. Here at the house. So like literally anytime we go to like a hotel or we go to like an Airbnb and like they always do have cable there, like the very first thing is like, okay, turn on Game Show Network. Let's see if they're playing Family Feud right now.
Game Show Network, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in digital favorites.
Who would, would you pick your family for Family Feud or would you pick your like piece of shit Snohomish friends? Like what would the Team Murphy composition look like?
Jesus, Eric.
I'm a little chippy after this whole lawnmower debate, so I'm taking pot shots now. I don't like it, but
we
moved
on from like Sultan to Snohomish, but like, damn, like even Tony didn't call him my piece of shit friends from Sultan. Like,
he was thinking it.
He was.
He just had the class not to say it.
For sure. Who would I have on the show? Like both my parents are both like my mom is like quizzy. My mom was a quiz, like, absolute whiz. She would kill it. Like, she would destroy it.
A quiz whiz. Sure.
I was going to say it's like Quizzier or something. I don't know what was coming. But yeah.
that could be a word, too.
But, like, yeah. So, that my mom, she's, like, really into, like, quiz games, like, old movie, like, stuff like that. So that'd be helpful. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be good. It's Family Feud. I'd probably bring your family. It's family.
Yeah, you got to do family.
Yeah.
What other game shows do you enjoy now or have you enjoyed in the past?
So like as a little like baby, I always liked like Jeopardy song. I was big into that.
Okay.
And
did you like watching Jeopardy? Or you just like the song?
I don't know. I was like 3 years old, maybe 2. Like I just but there's pictures of me watching Jeopardy as a kid. Like for some reason, it was fascinating. Like
okay.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a good game show. I like that. I like multiple choice stuff. Gives me better odds.
Perfect. Absolutely. And you know what? I'm glad you said Jeopardy. Because on a very recent episode of Jeopardy, they had a category, which, let's see what that category was. I don't remember off the top of my head. The category on this Jeopardy was pro wrestling terminology. And so I thought it would be interesting, Ryan, to give you some of the prompts, some of the questions that came up on pro wrestling terminology to see how you would do in that scenario. Because, I mean, Jeopardy's not a pro wrestling show. This is for a general audience. So, presumably after now watching officially 50 matches, one would assume that you might have, better than average knowledge. So I guess we're going to put that to the test.
One might assume.
I think you'll at least get 2.
100 and 200 points? Is that?
We'll see. I don't know. But, in fact, I think can I post them in the chat? Oh, here we go. Yep. Okay. So, in the chat, I am posting the questions right now so you can see them. The first question, so that the audience has it. In this alliterative type of match, you need to touch your partner before you can be replaced in the ring.
Tag team.
There we go. Tag team. Right. One up, one down. Ryan, he's batting 1,000. So
what is tag team?
That was like the first thing that you knew about wrestling. So, it's like kismet. I think that's what that is in this case. Okay, you got it. Next, the $200 question. So these are only going to get harder here.
Should start with the $500 question.
Well, I'm not.
There's 1,000.
Okay, here we go. Second question. This beastly term can describe a powerful embrace or a move where a wrestler grabs you.
a bear hug.
There you go. Wow. 2 up, 2 down for Ryan. Congratulations.
Was this one of the ones that you think?
I thought I was almost certain you were going to get the first one. Second one, I was pretty sure you were going to get.
Damn. So like these are.
Well, this is the one in the $200 questions. Presumably everybody's going to get those, or most people would. Here we go. Here, let's separate the men from the boys here. All right.
Thanks.
Third question. Maintaining kayfabe, which we actually talked about kayfabe not that long ago. Maintaining kayfabe means not letting on that the match is this. The word that kayfabe possibly came from with the help of Pig Latin. So I'll read that one more time. Maintaining kayfabe means not letting on that the match is this. The word that kayfabe possibly came from with the help of Pig Latin.
I'm getting rigged.
You're on the right track. It's not rigged, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't
Fake.
know. Oh, I think rigged is like
the letters.
I think I'm 3 for 3.
The letters rigged are not in kayfabe. Fake is to a certain degree, though. K, F, A.
That's sloppy.
Well, I mean, if Alec Trebek,
God
God rest his soul, was alive, he wouldn't accept rigged. So we're going by Alec Trebek rules. So you're 2 for 3 so far.
But like, partially correct.
I don't think that's how Jeopardy works. Okay, here we go. Fourth question. $400. Perhaps a play on jobber. This Italian-sounding word is a wrestler hired to lose often. The Rock uses it as a synonym for loser. Perhaps a play on jobber. This Italian-sounding word is a wrestler hired to lose often. The Rock uses it as a synonym for loser.
Damn. I feel
You might know this one. Like, this one actually has made its way into mainstream media to some degree, but it's not something I hear every day.
like the actual term.
This word, the answer to this question, yes.
I don't know, and I feel like this one's something I should know.
It's jabroni.
Interesting. I hear that word a lot.
I wonder why.
I just that is a word used to describe like a lot of things.
Like you?
Well, Eric. But that comes up more often than jabroni. Is that an Italian sounding word?
Well, you tell me. I think that it sounds Italian.
I haven't been to Italy.
Yeah, but like pizza pie, jabroni, like these all sound like ravioli, mozzarella, the jabroni.
Okay.
It sounds Italian. Does it not sound Italian? Macaroni, jabroni.
Maybe it does.
Alfredo, etc. Okay, so you got half. So now you can still finish with over.
It only gets easier, yeah.
Honestly, the one that I knew all of them instantly, except for that third one, the kayfabe one. That one threw me off initially. So that I thought was the hardest one. But let's see what the $500 question is here, Ryan. The name of this masked Mexican wrestling is Spanish for free fighting. And I'm almost certain you know the answer to this, even though it may not be obvious to you right now. Like, this is one of those things, if I said it, you'd be like, oh shit, fuck, yes.
Like jabroni?
Maybe like jabroni. I think it's more obvious than jabroni, honestly. The name of this masked Mexican wrestling is Spanish for free fighting. So, like, here's another way of phrasing this. I'll give you a little hint here. In Mexico, they don't call it wrestling, they call it something else. So what do they call wrestling in Mexico?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
Did you not take Spanish in high school?
I took it in, I think, middle, like 7th, 8th grade.
Wow, fucking
That's
advanced.
the last time I was in a Spanish class. Like,
Advanced kid over here. The answer is lucha libre. Lucha libre.
no, I wouldn't have gotten that.
You've heard of lucha libre before, though, right? At least lucha. You've probably heard of lucha.
I don't feel like we've ever
Right?
really hit on the Hispanic side of wrestling.
We have not. There was an episode I was going to do when Tony Tate was going to come by a second time, and I was going to show a lucha match at that point, but his appearance fell through, and we pivoted. But yeah. So you didn't do bad, but there's room for improvement. Maybe another 50 matches or so, you'll do better.
Yeah. Right. I still feel like rigged and faked would be.
Yeah, that's not the word they were looking for, though. The Pig Latin element makes it where it's definitely not rigged.
Well, Eric, that's the word I was looking for.
And I don't know, to be fair, I do not know of those questions, like how many of them the participants were able to successfully get. I just heard about this after the fact. Okay. Ryan. So recently, over the past few episodes, we've seen the ripple effect that Hulk Hogan joining WCW had on their company, with legends like Randy Macho Man Savage also making the jump, and Ric Flair and others fighting against the Hulkster and his associates. So one thing that we have not really examined is the effect that those departures had on their previous company, the WWF. So with their top star out of the company and employed by their biggest competitor, the WWF started a new promotional push, touting the new generation, consisting of men that we've seen previously, people like Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Diesel, and others. Now, there were two key pieces to this new generation promotion. First, the new WWF stars would be advertised as being bigger, stronger, faster, and more athletic than the wrestler of the 80s. And so while that was true to a certain extent, guys like Hogan, Flair, Savage, and others definitely had more star power than the new crop of WWF wrestlers. So, in order to try and address that, the second piece of their new generation push was to start producing a series of skits specifically targeting Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, and former WWF announcer Mean Gene Okerlund, as well as WCW owner Ted Turner. Do you know Ted Turner? Is that a name that...
Yes.
Famous for owning the Atlanta Braves. I don't know if he's still the owner, but for a long time he was.
The Atlanta Braves are my second favorite baseball team. Big Chipper Jones guy. Greg Maddux.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm
Why?
stoked about the World Series.
But yeah, so Ted Turner. So Ted Turner, in addition to owning the Atlanta Braves, TNT, TBS, CNN, he owned WCW. And the reason he owned WCW, this isn't even in my notes, it's just as a quick frame of reference. So when he was first starting TBS, the Superstation, that was the very first major cable network that was being broadcast all across the country. One of the flagship shows on that was WCW. World Championship Wrestling. And so he always had this soft spot for wrestling on his network because that was really anchored his Saturday lineup, and that helped them with the ratings and stuff. So he always had a soft spot for pro wrestling. And so he owned WCW, and so he was also one of the people being targeted by these WWF skits. So with parody characters known as the Huckster, the Nacho Man, Scheme Gene, and Billionaire Ted, the WWF skits would point out the age, limited wrestling ability, and greediness of the departed stars, and also played up Ted Turner as an idiot hillbilly whose ability to spend money was his only talent. Eventually, the USA Network forced the WWF to stop these skits, as over time they became more slanderous, especially towards Ted Turner. So let's go ahead, Ryan. Let's take a look at one of those skits right now.
Larry Fling Live! They are athletes well past their prime. Both refuse to retire, both suffer from male pattern baldness, and both sold out to Billionaire Ted, the Huckster, and the Nacho Man, ahead on Larry Fling Live. Joining us tonight, the Huckster and the Nacho Man. What you gonna do, brother, when the Huckster runs out on you? Oh, yeah! Now, there's no question the WWF made you guys into stars. Why did you leave? Well, we couldn't keep up with the new generation. The WWF said we were too old to wrestle. But look at me now, brother. I may be old and slow and bold, but old is old, and I'm only as old as I feel, and I feel pretty old and bold. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. The only reason they wear your crap is because they hand it out for free, brother. And those poor suckers are promised they'd be on TV if they wear it, brother. And that's the truth, brother. Stop calling me brother. Brother.
So, the commentary, that was very good.
Okay. Well, okay. Hold on. What the commentary you thought was very... So we just watched the Larry Fling sketch of the Huckster Nacho Man Billionaire Ted skits. So you thought the commentary... You're talking about Larry Fling's performance? Is that what we're discussing?
I thought all of them performed very well. Larry King, Ted Turner,
Right.
I like the sound effects were like, those are kind of thrown in, but the actual like
yeah,
there was like delivery of it was very, very good. Like
there were several farts that played throughout, like when they would move. There was also like creaking, like old doors when their joints would move as well. Little doink
boing,
sound effects.
Yeah. Like stuff like. But the actual commentary was great. It was fantastic. It was very funny. Like
you thought you would watch an entire show dedicated to these characters?
I would, yeah, no, for sure. Like it was
good.
It was right on.
That's you're their target audience. So the reason we're discussing this subject today here, Ryan, is because now we are officially getting to the Monday Night War era of professional wrestling, and so that basically meant that WCW and the WWF were doing everything that they could to entice viewers to tune into their respective Monday night shows that were aired head-to-head against each other. So you had WCW on TNT, you had WWF on USA. So like literally every single Monday night, those two shows were going head-to-head, and like they were almost always, with the exception of like the occasional football game, like 1 and 2 in the ratings for like the entire week.
So they were ahead of Monday Night Football.
Yes, during that time period, it was not uncommon that Raw and Nitro would beat Monday Night Football in the ratings. It wasn't like all the time, but
what year was it?
That would have been like 97-ish, 98-ish.
Wow, that's actually quite impressive.
But yeah, like that, like their ratings were fucking gigantic at that point in time, and it had a lot to do with the fact that like you had two organizations that legit like were fucking at war with each other. They would like try and snipe at each other, and like we saw in that sketch, they were like actively trying to like sabotage each other in a lot of different scenarios. So in the eyes of the WWF, WCW had gone out of their way to instigate the WWF into confrontation. So WCW would regularly give away the results of the WWF taped shows during WCW live ones. So they'd be like, hey, don't bother watching WWF. Shawn Michaels is going to beat, Mankind in the main event, so don't even bother watching it. Stick with us, that sort of thing. WCW would also time their commercial breaks to counter-program against the WWF, and of course, they began hiring away WWF stars with big money contracts. Now, even though the WWF was all like pissed about this was, of course, many of the same tactics that they had used a previous decade before all this, but hey, who's counting? So the WWF, by airing these Billionaire Ted segments, began to outwardly acknowledge their competition, which they had never, ever done before in their history. So, like, the WWF was such a clear number one in the professional wrestling industry, like number one's never going to acknowledge number two. But now that it was like trading, they felt the need to kind of go more on the offensive. So they started taking, these pot shots at WCW. So it was very clear that the WWF was feeling that pressure. And now in May of 1996, things were about to escalate in this big wrestling war. So with that in mind, you and I, Ryan, we're going to jump into a match here between Steve Dahl and the Mauler from an episode of WCW Monday Nitro. You don't need to worry about rankings. You don't need to worry about predictions. We're just going to jump into the middle of the match here, and we'll just take a look at kind of some of the stuff that happens during that match.
Welcome back live to the first hour of this edition of WCW Monday Nitro on TNT. Tony Schiavone and Larry Zbyszko. And we are taking a look at the Mauler completely maul his opponent, Steve Dahl.
Well, Steve Dahl was trying to get an offensive going.
Wait a minute.
But
what the hell is going on here?
But the Mauler, he just got reversed right there. The Mauler runs him down. What are you talking about?
Look here.
Well, what the hell?
Wait a minute.
Somebody give me a mic. What's with this?
Wait, we need security here.
You people.
What's with him?
You know who I am. but you don't know why I'm here.
Are we going to get security here?
Where is Billionaire Ted? Where is the Nacho Man? That punk can't even get in the building. Me, I go wherever I want, whenever I want.
Listen, we can get somebody to help.
And where, oh where, is Scheme Gene? 'Cause I got a scoop for you. When that Ken doll lookalike, when that weatherman wannabe comes out here later tonight, I got a challenge for him, for Billionaire Ted, for the Nacho Man, and for anybody else in WCW. Hey, you want to go to war? You want a war? You're going to get one.
So just to summarize what we just saw was in the middle of this match on WCW Nitro, a WWF wrestler, Razor Ramon, who we literally just saw last episode, competing for the Intercontinental title. He shows up, he walks through the crowd, he grabs a microphone, and he starts referencing all the WWF skits calling out WCW. So he's talking about the Nacho Man, he's talking about Billionaire Ted, and for all intents and purposes, it seemed, the way that it was being presented, as though Razor Ramon was sent to WCW by the WWF to invade their company. And the way that the announcers reacted and the way that Razor emerged through the audience blurred the lines of what was real and what wasn't. So, like, when that fucking shit happened back in summer of 1996, like, people were like, what is going on? Like, it was nuts for anyone who watched that live at the time.
It was nuts to me. I was just as blown away by any 1996 viewer, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you were just blown away by the fact that you thought he was a football player. You're just blown away by the whole thing altogether.
I can't keep track of who plays what fucking sport, Eric. They're all fucking big guys, like.
Yeah, they're big boys. They're big fellas. I'm sure they all played some sports in some degree. So we just saw that interview. Later in that show, Razor Ramon would formally challenge the president of WCW to assemble a 3-man team. Eventually, the team that WCW would put together would be comprised of Macho Man Randy Savage, Sting, and Lex Luger, 3 of their biggest stars to defend against this invasion. Meanwhile, Razor, now going by his real name of Scott Hall, would bring his clique buddy Kevin Nash, better known as Diesel from our last episode. He's now joined this invasion, and they promised that their third man would be revealed very, very soon. So this match was dubbed the Hostile Takeover Match, and it was set to take place at Bash at the Beach on July 7th, 1996 in Daytona Beach, Florida, and this is the match that we're going to be watching here today. So ultimately, the question that is posed to you, Ryan, can the combined force of Randy Savage, Sting, and Lex Luger fight off the outsiders of Hall and Nash alongside their third mystery partner?
It's tough to tell.
It is tough to tell. And so you don't have to answer now, of course, but that's kind of the running theme, you know, throughout kind of leading into our match here today. So just kind of set the tone as far as everybody's aware of, as far as what your performance is right now. So your record as it stands right now, this second, is 28-22. You're on a 4-match win streak. Congratulations to you, Ryan. And as far as a little bit of extra data, because I know you love those analytics, I'll give you one piece of information. This would seem to bode well for you. Ryan's record in WCW matches is 8 wins and 2 losses. So quite the performance when it comes to his precious TNT wrestling.
There's something driving that. It must be the TNT factor on that. The little bit I caught as a kid watching TNT wrestling, there's some, yeah.
There's something in that water, Ryan. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, so that's the match. I know there's a fair amount of kind of interplay there, etc. A fair amount of kind of moving pieces to keep track of. But do you have any questions, anything that you want to know before we actually watch this thing?
No, not yet. I'll question as I go.
Okay, all right. Any speculation on the third man? Any speculation on the mystery partner?
I like the idea of that. That's a great marketing move. I think it's...
we've seen, just so you know, and because I know that you don't know off the top of your head, we've seen one match where there was a mystery partner involved. That was way back in episode 10, and the mystery partner in that match was The Undertaker.
Ooh.
So, I just fun fact.
That's a big name for a third mystery man. Yeah.
That is, I mean, and that's, I'm not necessarily saying that The Undertaker's this mystery man, but he was the mystery man back in episode 10, so, all right, well, let's go ahead. We're going to watch that match. We're going to take a very brief, you blink and you miss it type of a break here. And when we come back, we'll give you our thoughts on the hostile takeover match between Team WCW and the Outsiders in their mystery third man. What the heck? Be back in a bit.
Gene Okerlund is going to the ring. He's going to find out who this third guy is, I guess.
Gentlemen, if I could have your attention... I don't see three men here tonight. Where is your partner?
All you need to know, little man, is he's here and he's ready.
Is your partner telling me that your third man is in the building?
Oh, he's here all right, Gene. We got enough to handle it right now, right here.
Oh, come on. Yeah, okay, let's send three out and just kick their teeth in and get it over with.
There you go.
I'll guarantee you.
There's the bell. Here we go. They talked about the hostile takeover.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to take them down one at a time. Absolutely.
And we're missing one of our big guns right here. I always had my feelings about Luger, but I really stood up for him in this situation. What a blow he took.
The two big men,
they have taken him out,
who go by the name of Nash on your left and Hall on your right. The Outsiders have now evened up the score, and they are out to divide, to conquer, to systematically destroy WCW if it has to be one man at a time. The Macho Man is up! Double up, Sando got it!
Nash is down, he's got Nash down! Savage is...
Oh, no! And then there was one, and it was Sting, and he didn't look too good.
Hulkamania! Hulk Hogan is here!
Hulk Hogan's here!
Hulk Hogan is in the building!
You damn right he is!
Go get him, Hulkster!
Yes, sir!
Get him, Hogan! Go get him, baby!
Come on and get some of this now!
Who's bad now, boys?
Hulk Hogan arrived. Hulk!
What is he doing?
Oh, my God!
Is he the third man?
He's the third man!
What the hell is going on here?
Hulk Hogan has betrayed WCW! Probably the lowest shot ever given to professional wrestling. That man did right there, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Me, Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
I have been with you for so many years. For you to join up with the likes of these two men absolutely makes me sick to my stomach.
You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother.
Look at all of this crap in this ring. This is what's in the future for you if you want to hang around the likes of this man Hall and this man Nash.
As far as I'm concerned, all of this crap in the ring represents these fans out here. What you gonna do when the New World Organization runs wild on you? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Don't touch me, I'm gonna free the lawyers. Cody, Bobby, Dusty, damn it, let's get back to you.
All right, we have seen the end of Hulkamania. For Bobby the Brain Heenan, for Dusty Rhodes, Gene Okerlund, I don't know. I'm Tony Schiavone. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell. We're out of here. Straight to hell.
So we are back. We just watched the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, take on Team WCW to defend against the hostile takeover. And I guess let's not bury the lead. Hulk Hogan, he showed up. He turned heel. He became a bad guy. He aligned himself with the Outsiders. Ryan, what'd you think of the match?
It was a good match. It was a good match.
I don't know that you liked the match while you were watching it so much.
I didn't. So
Okay.
There was a lot of matches that I did not like. But again, the environment played into it, and then it just got like a little bit more rich as it moved, throughout. But yes, initially I did not really care for the match. I thought it was poor, especially, the moves, they were just poor execution. A bunch of pussies on the fucking, get thrown out, just leaving the match on a strip,
Yeah, a bunch of pussies getting thrown out. But Hulk Hogan you're
jumping right to it.
Let me do one quick thing. I'm just going to exhale, one big exhale. So literally, to take it back just a step, literally from episode 1, this is what I have been building to for the podcast. Because, it's hard to tell the story of, the mid-90s wrestling, the Monday Night War or whatever. You can't really tell that story unless you know Hulk Hogan's a bad guy. And the weight of Hulk Hogan becoming a bad guy, it's lessened if you're not following that journey from, more or less the very beginning. And so we saw Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at 1987. We saw Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man. We saw Hulk Hogan as this all-American good guy who represented law, order, and justice, basically the Superman of wrestling. And so the whole purpose of following that journey is so that now, and you can't replicate 10 to 15 years of real time watching this guy, but to fans, if you saw Hulk Hogan for all that time, the idea that he would then suddenly become bad was just fucking mind-shattering. It was unbelievable. And for myself, I was not watching wrestling at that time, but I remember hearing Hulk Hogan turn bad. And that is what got me back into wrestling, because I could not fucking believe that Hulk Hogan would turn heel. And so I had to see, what the fuck's going on? How did this happen? And then I got sucked back into it.
That's deep. That's deep as fuck.
Thank you.
This journey through wrestling that, it's not enough. It's not enough just to, jump in right here. It's not enough even to watch, 15 matches. Yeah, but for these fans who watch 15, years of, and they saw the story, damn. It's hard. That's hard hitting stuff, Eric. It pulls on the heartstrings.
He was in Rocky 3, and since that point, when Rocky 3 came out, he had been a good guy that whole time. While he had been a bad guy very early in his career, most people who were familiar with Hulk Hogan had no idea he'd ever been a bad guy. To them, Hulk Hogan had always been the same version that he'd always been, law, order, and justice, etc. And so to see that other side of him was shocking. And so I hope that to some degree, we were able to replicate that for you, Ryan.
Well, no, not really. These are, to me, you have a bunch of fucking corporate wrestlers, going up, right? The big names, the fucking corporate, guys that are thrown out on the stage, and then you have these outsiders, right? And you see Hulk Hogan step right in with them.
Right.
Who would have fucking thought that Hulk Hogan? I didn't think that. I didn't do my homework on this match.
Right. Well, so are you saying, so I guess my question to you, and we'll go through some of the notes, but I mean, really, the fucking main story of this match is the last 2 minutes of the match and then the aftermatch. So, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to talk about match-wise. But, when Hulk Hogan showed up at the end, did you immediately know that's the third man? Or were you unsure if, is he there to help WCW? Is he there to help the Outsiders?
I was sure that was the third man. But then I was once he got in there, I was kind of based on kind of the commentator's reaction, I was oh shit, maybe I'm a little incorrect here. Maybe that's just... But I was sure, and I felt there was a feeling that I had, that I carried, that this was their third guy, for sure. No doubt. I doubted myself a little bit, but I for sure thought that was their third guy.
I believe your reaction when he first showed up on camera was, my guy, my guy. Because Ryan had made the choice of the Outsiders. So he accurately predicted. Now, granted, for any wrestling fans that are listening to this that are big wrestling fans, like technically the match was a no contest. There wasn't realistically a winner. But a couple episodes ago, I did ask Ryan, hey, if there's a no contest, how should we figure that out? And we basically came to the conclusion, like, whoever's really like the left standing at the end, if you can kind of determine a moral victor, we're just going to say that they won. We already have precedence to that, so we're just going to stick with that. So realistically, the Outsiders, Hulk Hogan, they newly formed NWO, the New World Order. They were victorious in that match from a moral standpoint at the very minimum. So Ryan was successful. And so you saw Hulk Hogan, you were like, okay, this is the ace in the hole that I needed to win this match. Is that about right?
No.
Let's see. Going through my notes a little bit here. So we watched the WCW interview with Sting, Luger, and Macho Man. At that point in time, before having seen Macho Man wrestle, you were like, you know what? I think I'm starting to come around on Macho Man. Yeah,
I really like his character. Like, he has also like a better voice for wrestling than Hulk Hogan does.
Yes, yeah. This is. I mean, that's why he put out that rap album, is because he's got those sultry tones. One thing that sprung to mind, I was thinking about this earlier. I didn't bother writing it down, but it's springing to mind right now. I thought this has nothing to do with the match whatsoever. Randy Savage's dad was also a wrestler. His name was Angelo Poffo. For a time, his dad wrestled as a character called the Miser. Basically, says he's very cheap. Here's how cheap Randy Macho Man Savage's father was. His dad refused to wash his clothes. Like, maybe he would wash his clothes like every month or so, because, and here's the reason, because he felt that if he washed his clothes, it would break down the fibers of the clothes faster than if he was just wearing them. So in order to preserve his clothes, he would not wash them.
I have a feeling that conspiracy theory is going to come back at some point. Like, big laundry detergents trying to fuck us, like with...
There's probably an element of truth. Like, I bet it does break down the fibers of the clothes, but still, I can't imagine just being a stinky guy. Yeah. Wearing multiple days old clothes, but that's just me. So we watched that interview. Any other thoughts about the interview? Luger, Sting, etc. Anything like that? They're all wearing matching face paint.
No.
Okay. Then we kind of jumped to a Mean Gene thing. What did you think of kind of the build to the match? How much they were hyping up the third man element, etc. Was that effective for you? Did that make you want to watch the match more?
It did. It was enticing. It was. I thought it was a great ploy to give and. God damn, did they fucking deliver on it? I liked how they built it up. You didn't know for sure, but it was it got you into the match, and fuck yeah, it did.
So basically, the match starts. It's only Hall and Nash, the former Razor Ramon and Diesel from the last episode. So they are representing the Outsiders. They are invaders of WCW. They come out. There's no third man. Everybody's freaking out. What the fuck? Where's your third man? Mean Gene comes out. He's like, where the fuck's your guy? And they're just like, he's here. Don't worry about it. Please leave. That sort of thing.
They're questioning him. They're like, do you really is there a third man?
Yeah.
It was a big question. I thought for sure they had a third man. He was some guy who's getting dressed in the locker room, but
right, yeah. You just got to primp their hair probably or something. They're running late.
Yeah, exactly.
Fashionably late. But yeah, so Team WCW shows up. It's a 3-on-2 match for maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Within the very start of the match, Lex Luger gets taken out. He gets stinger splashed and he gets stretchered out of the arena. No more Lex Luger. And so then the remainder of this match, and the bulk of the match really, is Hall and Nash taking on Sting and Macho Man, which, I'm not even, honestly, looking over my notes, I'm not going to worry about the match. There was an abdominal stretch that you hated. Macho Man did a bunch of axe handle smashes to people that you also hated. Basically, the main thing was the very end of the match. Macho Man gets low blowed by Kevin Nash. Everybody's down. Nobody knows what's going on. Hulk Hogan shows up. Briefly is kind of he rips the shirt off. He's just looking around. You don't know what's going to happen. Then he drops a big leg on Macho Man, and you know that the heel turn has officially commenced.
He dropped twice, right, on him.
I think 3 times,
at least,
actually.
more than once,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
And they did an impromptu thing where, like, after Hulk dropped the leg one of the times, Scott Hall went down. He counted 1, 2, 3 as like an informal sort of like, fuck you, we just beat you sort of thing. But like, that was not an officially sanctioned pinfall by a referee or anything like that. But yeah, so then after that, the trash starts fucking flooding into the... We have never, ever seen a match that has happened in.
Just watch baseball, man. Like... That's not unusual to me. Like, I've seen it.
With just trash filling the entire field,
absolutely.
really?
Absolutely. They're like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, that was obviously, like, piling up like snow, but...
Right. Yeah. It's a very tightly... I don't think Mean Gene liked it so much, but the rest of the guys didn't seem bothered too much by it.
No, not at all. I think they embraced it.
What did you think of the promo after the match by Hulk Hogan? Which is really, like, if there's one main takeaway of this whole thing that we just saw, it's that Hulk Hogan promo officially cementing that he is a bad guy now.
Yeah, he was like shitting all over everybody. He shit all over the ref, shit all over the fans, like the event. Like, I respect that. Like, you get out there, you do your thing, and like he went out there and fucking shit all over everyone in that entire building.
Arguably, the highlight of the whole thing was when Mean Gene is looking at all the debris that has littered the ring, and he's like, "This is what's in your future if you continue to hang around with this man Hall and this man Nash." And then Hulk comes back with all this crap in the ring represents all these fans out here, which is, just again, like we've spent 2 years watching wrestling, and like you've only seen Hulk Hogan one way. And like that is something. Like I think that there is something to that where you're conditioned like Hulk Hogan's always a good guy, blah 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 blah. But like for all these people that have been following him for so many years to like see that, granted, the first viewing, your attention's focused on Hulk, but if you watch it over again, you'll see that there's certain fans who are just like fucking shocked, and there's other fans that are jumping for joy. Like, I can't fucking believe that this is happening. This is amazing.
Was there like clues leading up to this that this could have like happened? Like, was there any insight that this might have been a thing in this match, or was this like totally unexpected?
There were no storyline breadcrumbs that led to this. Like, there wasn't anything in storyline that was happening on the shows to be like, oh, Hulk Hogan's probably going to be the third man. Now, from a business standpoint, so like, do you remember the last Hulk Hogan match that we saw?
I feel like it was a good one. Like, it was...
It was not. It was. I tried to convince you to rank it last, and you didn't. But it was close to being last.
The one before that was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, there have been some decent Hulk matches. Hulk versus Flair was ranked somewhat highly, but the last Hulk match that we saw was the 3-tiered cage match.
Oh fuck yeah!
Whereas Hulk and Macho versus like 8 fucking guys. So the bloom was off the rose when it came to Hulk Hogan. Like, the magic of the WWF had faded a little bit. And so now you're trying to kind of replicate that in WCW, and it was not the same. It wasn't the same thing. And so Hulk was basically presented with 2 different options, and like totally both of them would have been completely viable. But like, one is you stay the course and you're going to always be somewhat successful. Like, you can be the all-American good guy hero for as long as you want to. That's always going to have a certain degree of success for it. Or you can go this other way and you can become a bad guy, and like, it could fucking fail miserably, or it could give you a complete career renaissance. And it ended up doing the second thing. But like, I think in his mind, it's like, I'm doing all these movies, I'm doing all these things, and it's like, this could ruin everything that I've built up over the past 15 years if this tanks. So I think from that standpoint, a lot of people suspected that Hulk was probably going to be the third man, but there was nothing leading to that. In fact, Sting was going to be the backup third man if Hulk eventually decided he didn't want to do that. Sting was going to be the replacement.
So Hulk was like, okay, so he had to make this decision. He was like, leading up to this event, he was like making this decision. This was a real like... Yeah.
So Hulk, like, a lot of guys would have not had the clout to say no to things. Like, in most situations in wrestling, you're just told, you're fucking doing this. This is what's happening. Hulk Hogan, especially at that point in time in his career in WCW, was not going to be told that he had to do anything. He had creative control, which was especially rare for somebody to have in their contract. So unless he bought into what was happening, he wasn't going to do it. So they had to sell him on the idea of him turning heel as basically a career reinvigoration. And eventually he went for it. But it took, he spent weeks thinking about it. And like, they weren't positive that he was going to actually be the third guy until like a day or so prior to the event.
Interesting. Does he ever discuss this? Like,
oh yeah, there's been plenty of conversations about like how, I think it was the booker of WCW, like spent the night over his house. Like, Hulk, you need to do this. Like this is, and like, if you watch the 6 months of TV or just even parts of that leading up to this event, Hulk Hogan, his run in WCW was very creatively poor. It was bad. Like, they were just trotting out all these monsters that were just shitty versions of the 80s WWF formula. It wasn't working. They needed to do something to change it up. And so, like, the best decision he could have possibly have made was to go bad. Because I honestly believe, this is my thought, and I'm sure some people would probably argue this. So Hulk Hogan was the main personality responsible for the 1980s wrestling boom. You know, I think that's pretty much just, understood among wrestling circles. In my opinion, the 90s wrestling boom was also stemmed from Hulk Hogan's heel turn. Like, people like Steve Austin and The Rock, they absolutely like took that from here to a here, but I don't think that wrestling audience would have been there to kind of reclaim and like expand upon if it had not been for Hulk Hogan firing that opening salvo and being like, I'm a bad guy now, and everybody being like, what the fuck is happening over there? That's what got everyone's attention initially, and then Steve Austin was able to like explode that even further, in my opinion.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, this is deeper than what you would, like maybe normally think of like some wrestling mid-90s scenarios. I like it. I think it's fascinating shit. Like,
it's different than the normal conversations we would have about it. Normally, we just kind of stick to like what we saw on the match.
It's a game changer. It's the biggest guy in wrestling. Like, he's the biggest name, making a huge shift to like, you know, the other side, and like, people are, now jumping. That's crazy. Like, it's, I didn't realize this is what it all built up to. Like,
this will really open things up where now we can kind of go in all these different directions. But until you have this point where it's like, okay, now we're in the goddamn Attitude Era. Now we're in the Monday Night Wars. Now we can pretty much go in whatever directions we want. But it was important to kind of establish this as like, this is the major shift in professional wrestling. Whereas up until this point, WWF and WCW were really neck and neck. When Hulk Hogan turned, WCW kicked the WWF's ass for a long fucking time. The better part of a year and a half to 2 years, WCW beat the shit out of the WWF, and it was really because of Hulk Hogan, the NWO, and then some of the other things that they were doing kind of alongside that, but primarily the NWO storyline. So wild. That's the thing, man. That's anything. Let's see. Let me just check my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. The very end bit, which I made you continue to watch for the end, where Tony Schiavone, I'm just going to quote what he said. "We have seen the end of Hulkamania. Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell, straight to hell." Which fucking. Oh man, that commentary was good.
It was good. That
may have been the highlight of the match.
And I wish I had been more focused on it, like, because I love good commentary. That's my thing. But like, I was trying to like watch the match, and most of it was. I probably should just focus on the commentary until the end. I would have been better suited to like. Yeah. Maybe I'll go back and watch it through. I don't know.
Hindsight's 20/20. I understand. Right. Okay, so I guess if we before we get to the ranking here, we're gonna go to Murphy's Law.
In a world without rules, in a sport where only the strong survive, there's one man who has the guts to lay down. Murphy's Law.
So again, in the future, once we kind of get those t-shirt sales going, you know, all the people donate to our Buy Me a Coffee, we're going to do that custom match, Ryan. So as far as like what we would take away from this match that we may be able to incorporate in a custom match or just young wrestlers would incorporate into their, you know, their careers, what would be the main takeaway in this scenario?
I mean, it would, this is like a pet peeve of wrestling that I have, is when they fucking pin somebody and then they break out of that pin, especially these young wrestlers out there. They should know. This is the time you gotta take advantage of that situation. You gotta re-jump them. I've never seen it once where someone immediately goes back and re-jumps them. They're tired. They're exhausted.
Right. So you don't like it when after somebody kicks out of a pinfall, the guy who was pinning the person after the kick out, they're just kind of sitting there like exasperated, like, what the hell? Like, you don't like...
Well, and the guy gets up and he's like, oh, like, what? What's going on? Like...
Okay, so okay, that makes sense.
Just go right back to it. Let's see a match. Go right back to it, you know, like...
Sure.
Finish him, you know...
When in doubt, finish them. Good. All right, let's go. Let's do the science, my friend. Let's do that. Let's make that happen.
It's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough. The match was admittedly not great, but the last 2 minutes and the aftermatch was pretty historic. So it's hard to.
I think it's like an important match based on what you've stated about it, but I don't like how to rank the match itself. You know.
And that's always something, whenever people are talking, like, I don't know why this is springing to mind, but like video games. I'm trying to think of like what's a really popular video game, right? Fortnite. Like, what's better, the original Mario Brothers or Fortnite? Like, one is far more complex than the other, but like one has like this timeless classic quality to it that it's like, would all these other things have come after it had it not been for that? I don't know if this is helping your decision or not, but like this is, and I can't really overstate it, this is a fucking important ass match.
See, there's a lot of pressure, I feel like, on to write this.
But at the same time, and again, I'm not helping you, that match was not very good until Hulk Hogan showed up, which was literally a minute.
I think right, like like garbage moves all the way around, you know.
Sure, yeah, like
guys getting carried off on stretchers very early, they didn't get back up, you know.
Right. If it was me, so without the Hulk Hogan element, take the Hulk Hogan element out of it, I would probably say that match was on the upper end of bad, lower end of okay. Without the Hulk Hogan part, that would be my opinion.
There's the part. Okay, here's the thing: you had the good commentary and you had the good venue for it. Like, this was a real
Daytona Beach.
Right, Daytona. I mean, can you get any more 1996?
So much authenticity.
Absolutely. Not that I don't want to state that, but absolutely.
But I'll do it for you.
So let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll just shut you uppy while you do your thing.
We got there's another Randy Savage match up here at number 20.
Okay. Let's see.
There's a band called Less Than Jake. And Jake Roberts is number 21.
Okay, yes, go on. This sounds like that South Park episode where like they're going through like, but 6 is greater than 5, and then
I'm trying to find a fair way to place this, and I think it's in the okay region. Maybe even upper, but like, where do you place it? You place it near. You probably place it near the other, Randy Savage, Less Than Jake, of course.
Less Than Jake. I know there's at least one listener of ours that's really going to appreciate that Less Than Jake reference, so that's good.
If I place him here, he'd also be a little above Jake, because he's 24. Like,
I'm going to leave it up to you, man. I said my piece, and like, there's no wrong answer here. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you, because I think you could realistically make a case for just about any ranking on here, because again, the match itself, not great. But the aftermath of that match was fucking incredible.
And I think that's an important part of like any match that you do watch. So I'm going to go the new number 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's bumping. That's right. That is Less Than Jake. Okay. Got it.
Quite literally. Yeah. Yeah. If it was a better match,
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought going into this is going to be a great match. I was like, fuck yeah, it's going to be... I really had high hopes. And this could have been, 15-10 range, but...
The buildup was there, but yes, I agree. But at the same time, I don't think it was meant to be a good match. I don't know. I mean, there's probably a lot of different ways. I think it was designed to do a certain thing, and I think it did that thing well. But like, would you really want to watch that entire match as a whole, or would you just want to skip to the very end of it? You'd probably just want to skip to the end of it. So that, I mean, nobody ever talks about that match. Everybody talks about the end of it, and for good reason.
You also skipped right to the end of it. Every time we bring up a match, I'll like say something that was like, oh, but it's like referring to mid-match. You're like, oh, okay, like that's nice, but let's revert back to the beginning. Like, don't like it at, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And this time, you skipped the entire fucking match and just went right to the end, like, so even that must be the thing with this match is that you skip to the end.
I guarantee anyone listening to this thing, they know why they're listening to it. And like, it's always surprising to me because I never know what's going to like draw people in, but there is definitely matches where I see immediate interest. Like there's matches that immediately like a lot of people listen to, and there's other ones that like are more of a slow build. And like, for example, the Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair match that we just posted recently, like that one immediately I saw like da-da-da-da-da, whereas the Rob Van Dam and Sabu versus the Japanese guys match, that one didn't do as well. So, like, even though I kind of say, oh, it's not really a wrestling podcast, clearly people give a shit about what we're actually watching, which is always surprising to me. But we've got our new match. It's new number 22. Congratulations on 51 matches that you've seen so far, Ryan. Also, congratulations on your record, which is, what is it now?
29?
29 and 22. Wow. 5-match winning streak. We really got to fucking tank you here soon. Which actually, this is not why I chose this match, but I've got a little interesting twist on our next match that you're going to appreciate. But we'll get into that next time. We don't need to talk about it right now. But we do have to talk about one thing right now. Eric's wisdom tree. We got to get Ryan out of here in time so we can get his sushi. So let's get right to the wisdom. In fact, well, I shouldn't skip this part. Hold on.
Eric's wisdom tree.
Okay. You know what? There's probably going to be a lot of eyeballs on this one. A lot of ear holes on this one on account of the fact that, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. It's a big deal. He's turned heel. So I'm going to give you a real good piece of wisdom. This is something hard-hitting. This is something everybody can use. We've all been in situations where maybe you're at a party. Maybe you're at a friend's house. Maybe you're on a date. I don't know how many single people are listening to this, but, if you haven't gotten wifed up yet, let's say you're a guy. Okay, let's just assume that, Ryan. Let's assume you're a man, and you pooped at somebody's house, and you don't want people to know that you pooped. That you pooped. Let's leave the sense of that. So you're a man. A. B. You pooped at someone's house. C. You don't want them to know that you pooped. Okay, so those are the three facets here. So here's what you got to do: leave the toilet seat up when you exit the bathroom, and then as you walk out, when somebody's like waiting there at the door, just say, "Oh, it was the guy before me."
So like, hold on, I want to understand like where you're coming from here. Like,
okay, yeah, sure.
Like the smell.
Yeah, because it's like it's bad manners to like really stink up somebody's bathroom, right? Like
and you're at
sometimes
a
party or well, maybe not a date, but a party, a social engagement.
Date would be harder for right.
A date would be more difficult unless you have like cats. Yeah, it's the guy before me. But yeah, if you're at a party and you don't want people to know, like, oh, I just fucking blew the ass out of this bathroom, leave the seat up. And then when you're walking out, because, more often than not, somebody's going to be like, well, they're waiting for you, whatever. Just have it in your back pocket. Like, you don't have to use it, but then if somebody is there, you'd be like, oh, it's the guy before me. And they're going to be like, oh, okay. And then they're going to see that the seat's up, and they're like, well, clearly it was. This guy wouldn't be lying, because why would the seat be up otherwise? It's very clever.
I don't think it's wrong. I just don't think it's thoroughly thought through. Like,
so here's the thing, Ryan. I think that all of your, stupid Snohomish friends, I think this would trick them 9 times.
You're being a real dick to my Snohomish friend. What if they hear this
I mean, you haven't told one of them about it, so you know
That's right.
if you maybe this will be inspiration enough for you to tell one of them to listen, so they can like come at me.
It's fine. Like you're not like totally incorrect. Like I'm just okay. So what was your point? Okay.
Tell your shitty snowbush friends to meet me at my pond.
For what?
A fight. I don't know. I'll throw my printer at them. Been working a lot in my home gym recently. I got the biceps. I can throw printers real hard. We'll meet at just say, hey, meet at the house of the pond. They'll know where it is.
So I think your advice is sound. I don't think anything is like necessarily incorrect. I just think like, what if you have other issues? What if you like have to flush multiple times? How do you deal with that?
I think you have to just if you're concerned enough to like follow through with this, you just have to fucking commit.
You just commit.
Maybe you say, I mean, no one's going to ask you, Ryan. It's not like when you're coming out, I think you said that line, they're not going to like grab you by the arm and be like, how come I heard you flush multiple times? Like, that's not going to happen. So, you know, you just got to commit to it.
But they also are going to be like, damn, that bathroom stinks, and you have to be like, there was a guy before me. You're also preparing for the worst.
Well, but what do you mean? I mean, you did the worst. You're the one who did the worst.
I just think if you have to tell the next guy that, you know, hey, it was the guy before me because it smells so bad in there, you're probably having to flush multiple times too, because it's a pretty bad one, right? Like,
I don't know, maybe it's just stinky. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Either way, just fucking fake it till you make it. No, people aren't going to notice. People are going to know. They're going to be on their phone. They're going to be like fucking around on TikTok like you would be. And they're going to be like liking vampire lip syncing videos and be like, oh no, they're not going to be paying attention to the number of flushes. Like, do you really listen to the number of like if you're at a bar, let's say you're at a bar, a pub, etc. Like when you're waiting for the bathroom, you're just like
100%. Like if I have to go to the bathroom and people are I'm like, okay, flush, they're done. And then they don't come out and there's another flush, I'm livid. Now I'm upset. I need, like, go out front of the bathroom. Like, what's the, you pee outside? I don't know. But, like, there's definitely a multiple flush thing for sure. Like, you can't deny it. You're acting like it's no big deal, but it's really a thing. Like,
I mean, my solution is for a normal flusher. Okay? If this is like a double flush situation, then you're fucking on your own. Then you got to figure something else out. Take a fork to it. I don't know. Bring a fork with you into the bathroom.
What does that
And
do?
then just... Yeah, then you can fish it out and stomp it down the shower drain. Like, you're not coming up with ideas. You're just coming up with ways to like fucking fuck over my goddamn wisdom.
I'm not. I don't think your ideas are bad. I said that it is sound.
You're trying to come up with like, oh well, okay, what if you're in the bathroom, but then 9/11 happens? I can't come up with all the fucking solutions here, Ryan.
All I'm saying is that like also these are things that happen more often to me than like the bathroom like smelling that bad. Like, I have to explain myself on the way out. Like, maybe I flushed twice, And now, if I had to pee, why would I flush twice?
Maybe you were peeing on poop.
Damn, Eric.
What if you were peeing on poop?
This is where you're breaking down, like...
You're coming up with all these fucking scenarios. Like, what if somebody hands me lasagna while I'm pooping? Like, you're coming up with...
This is one scenario that I don't think is, like, that outrageous. Like,
I'm coming up with this... solution for the most common scenario that plays out. If you have a fucking dirty ass poop where you need a double flush, figure out another fucking plan. Okay? Maybe that'll be next episode's wisdom. My wisdom is for a normal poop with a single flush.
And someone's waiting outside the door to use the bathroom.
Well, why would you flush twice? Like, okay, so if you're in that scenario, if you're concerned about it, you wipe as much as you need to, and then, I mean, you're probably gonna have a dirty butt, but you cannot risk that second flush. You just can't risk the second flush.
Right.
Or wipe and then put it in the garbage.
I avoid shitting at all costs anywhere. Anywhere. At anyone's house.
It's a weird sentence.
Strictly at home, and then I'm an after shower, like a shower after. Like, that's in the morning, shower after. That's
okay.
That's it. If I'm at work and I have to, which happened once, but one time, and not my life since I've been not since I moved to Vegas.
Okay, you're a Vegas one work shitter.
One time,
one shit worker. Got it.
Right. It was bad. Like it was awful. Like, but I had but that's fine because it was early in the morning. No one was waiting outside the bathroom asking me like what's going on.
Yeah, it was the guy before me. See what's up.
But I will be sick in my stomach before I take a shit at a party that I don't want to take a shit at. Like for sure. That's just my thing. You just don't do it,
Well, that doesn't seem like great wisdom. I think my wisdom's better than your wisdom in this scenario. Ryan's wisdom shrub, just get sick to your stomach rather than shitting at another person's home.
Just go to the local Safeway, like if you have to, like if you step out or something. Like
fucking grocery store bathrooms, Ryan? Come on.
Just leave. Just get out. Go take your time. Relax. There's no point of taking it if you're not relaxed, so.
Just shit at a Jack in the Box, everybody. I think that does it. Those wisdom trees always go in interesting directions. Well, I think we're all set. We will be back on February 10th with a very sexy Valentine's Day themed episode. Ryan's going to tell us all about his hot plans, his steamy plans for Valentine's Day this year. Don't miss it. Episode 45. And with all that said, if you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. And you can stick it, brother. Maybe you were peeing on poop